Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea transfer talks stall but Benoit Badiashile deal finalised. The Blues have reached an impasse with Benfica but are set to unveil one new signing on Thursday. Chelsea's move for Enzo Fernandez has stalled, with Benfica unhappy with their attempts to reduce or spread the cost of a deal to sign the Argentina midfielder. The Blues have been seeking to pay the transfer fee for Fernandez in installments as they bid to stay in line with UEFA Financial Fair Play (FFP) rules. But, according to reports in Portugal, Benfica has insisted that Chelsea meet the full value of his £105 million release clause if they want to sign him this month. Benfica wants Fernandez to stay until the end of the season and it is unclear at this stage whether negotiations with Chelsea can be salvaged. Fernandez has broadly agreed on personal terms with Chelsea and wants to move to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea remains keen to strengthen their midfield and have alternative targets, including Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham. But neither Rice nor Bellingham are available this month. Should they miss out on Fernandez, Chelsea could turn their attempts to hijack Arsenal's move for Shakhtar Donetsk winger Mykhailo Mudryk. Shakhtar director Dario Srna is set to be at Stamford Bridge for the game against Manchester City on Thursday. Meanwhile, Chelsea is finalising a £33 million move to sign Monaco defender Benoit Badiashile, who is set to be presented at Stamford Bridge ahead of the City game. And also Chelsea to offer Benfica a couple of players in Enzo Fernandez transfer swap deal. Chelsea tried and failed with a move for Enzo Fernandez earlier in the transfer window. Chelsea is ready to launch a fresh swoop for Enzo Fernandez and is even willing to offer Benfica a few players in return for the Argentina midfielder, according to reports in Portugal. The Blues are said to be besotted with the World Cup winner and had made him their top January target before the opening of the winter window. But Benfica has dug its heels into the ground over a sale and has made it clear he will only depart if his £105 million release clause is triggered. Chelsea does not want to pay that figure and is instead trying to negotiate around that price, but so far, Benfica has shown no signs of cracking. Talks between the parties broke down earlier in the month when Benfica boss Roger Schmidt called out the Blues over what he considered to be an unfair approach for Fernandez. According to the Portuguese newspaper Record, which was covering fresh comments from Schmidt, Chelsea is prepared to try again for Fernandez. It's understood the Blues would even be prepared to offer a few players plus cash in exchange for the ex-River Plate maestro. The identity of those players is not yet known, but it had previously been speculated in Portugal that Benfica was offered Hakim Ziyech plus David Datro Fofana and André Santos on loan by the Blues. Despite fresh speculation, Benfica boss Schmidt is confident the Primeira Liga outfit will be able to hold on to their superstar midfielder. "I'm confident about Enzo staying with us, yes. I see him very happy, in great condition," the German coach said. "I don't expect that we will lose any of our players who are playing a lot and in the starting 11. I see very focused players and that's why I expect that he stays." Real Madrid is also reportedly keen on Fernandez, but Chelsea is considered to be the frontrunner for his signature as the Blues prepare to once again up the ante in their pursuit of recruits. Chelsea's midfielder search has been somewhat frantic since they were initially told to forget about signing the 22-year-old at the start of the year. The Blues have seen a £55 million bid knocked back by Brighton for Moses Caicedo, with the Seagulls not willing to entertain a sale at this stage of the season. Furthermore, Chelsea refused to give up signing a midfielder with a €100 million plus players offer being prepared. Chelsea is refusing to give up on Enzo Fernandez and is now set to submit an offer of €100 million plus players. Fabrizio Romano confirmed to Court Offside via his Substack column earlier this month that Chelsea was pushing to sign Fernandez. The ordeal has been going on for the majority of the January transfer window, and with Chelsea yet to bring in midfield reinforcements, it now appears they're willing to try again for Fernandez. According to Record, via Sport Witness, Chelsea is willing to offer €100 million plus send a couple of players to Benfica to get a deal over the line. Chelsea appears unwilling to pay the €120 million release clause for Fernandez, so are hoping the offer of a couple of players will convince Benfica to part ways. Chelsea has strengthened significantly in most positions in the January transfer window but is yet to bring in a new midfielder. With N'Golo Kante and Jorginho out of contract at the end of the season, a new midfielder could be a priority with just a few days remaining in the January window. Also, Enzo Fernandez signs, Malo Gusto deal. Chelsea can complete dream rebuild with £105 million transfer. Chelsea has enjoyed a busy January transfer window and Todd Boehly has shown no sign of slowing down before the deadline in a few days. Todd Boehly is now a step closer towards completing the perfect rebuild at Chelsea after agreeing on a deal to sign Lyon star Malo Gusto. The Blues have reached an agreement with the French outfit for the transfer of the 19-year-old defender. Chelsea began talks with Lyon over the weekend before submitting an opening offer which was thought to be around €17 million, £14.9 million, but Laurent Blanc's side immediately turned it down. After plenty of negotiating, the two parties eventually reached an agreement which sees Gusto join the West Londoners for around £26.3 million, plus add-ons. But, the France youth international is set to stay at Lyon until the end of the season on loan. The signing of Gusto is a huge step in the right direction as Graham Potter looks to further implement his ideas at Chelsea. However, the right-back isn't the final piece of the puzzle at Stamford Bridge, a new midfielder is. The Blues have been heavily linked with the likes of Benfica wonderkid Enzo Fernandez and Brighton star Moses Caicedo, either of whom would be sufficient acquisitions. So, with that being said, Football London has taken a look at how Chelsea could line up next season if Boehly can complete one more transfer before the January transfer window deadline. So, what do you think about Enzo's transfer story? Leave a comment. For more Chelsea news and updates, please subscribe and hit the notification button. Chelsea is our name. Chelsea, the Blues. Chelsea is the best.